Niceness is manipulation in disguise when it's rooted in fear. Most people think being nice is the best way to win trust, friends, and influence. But what if your niceness is just a mask? What if it's rooted not in strength, but in fear? Fear of rejection, conflict, or not being enough. Machiavelli would say, that's not kindness, that's self-preservation, and it costs you everything. Every day, millions of people give away their power in the name of being nice. They say yes when they mean no. They apologize for things they didn't do. They smooth things over, keep the peace, and erase their own needs just to stay in good graces. But here's the truth. Over-accommodation is just another form of self-betrayal. It's not kindness, it's a collapse of boundaries, a way to avoid discomfort by making yourself useful, agreeable, and invisible. Psychologists call this the fawn response, a trauma-driven urge to appease, people-please, and over-accommodate as a survival tactic. Instead of fighting, fleeing, or freezing, you fawn. You make yourself small, agreeable, non-threatening. But the world doesn't reward the fawn. It exploits it. Machiavelli saw this centuries ago. In The Prince, he wrote, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel." People don't respect what they can easily use. They respect what they can't have, what makes them uncomfortable, what doesn't beg for approval. Nice people rarely get power. They get picked clean. Why? Because when you make yourself indispensable to others' comfort, you become dispensable to their respect. Think about the cost of over-accommodation. You become the friend who's always available, but never prioritized. The employee who works overtime, but never gets promoted. The partner who sacrifices endlessly, but is still left wondering why they feel invisible. Every yes you don't mean is a vote against your own self-worth. Every time you let someone cross your boundaries, you teach them how little you value your own space. This is the dark psychology of power. People subconsciously test your limits. If you never say no, they stop valuing your yes. Machiavelli never wrote that kindness is useless. He wrote that control beats kindness every time. In his world, those who seek only to be liked are quickly destroyed by those who know how to command. He saw that nice is a performance, one that fools no one for long. He wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." In today's world, fear may look like distance, emotional neutrality, or unshakable boundaries. It's not about cruelty, but about never needing to be liked so badly that you erase yourself. Emotional neutrality, detachment, commands more respect than any performance of niceness. It is the willingness to stand in your own truth, even when it costs you approval. It is the power to walk away, to say no without apology, to let people be uncomfortable if that's what honesty demands. You don't have to be cruel, but you do have to stop being so easy. Machiavelli would say, "The one who is the most self-sufficient, the least desperate, the most inscrutable, that is the one others follow, respect, and even fear." Here's what the nice version of you actually gets. Temporary gratitude. Fake closeness, a constant sense that you must keep performing or you'll lose everything. And here's the brutal truth. They don't love the nice version of you. They exploit it. Dark psychology tells us that people are drawn to power, not please. The more you explain, justify, or apologize, the less you are heard. When you stop accommodating, when you detach, when you let your no mean no, something shifts. Suddenly, the same people who ignored your needs start to notice you. You gain power not by being nice, but by being neutral, calm, unmoved, impossible to guilt trip or manipulate. Look at any power dynamic: friendships, families, workplaces, even romance. Those with the most boundaries, the least need for approval, always rise. Those who fawn, collapse, or over-accommodate are left holding the emptiness of their own erased identity. Machiavelli's theory was simple. Control is worth more than kindness. He wrote, "The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Appear powerful, appear in control, never appear desperate to be liked. If you want power, learn to disappoint. Let people misunderstand you. Refuse to over-explain. Say no, and mean it. The moment you stop trading niceness for belonging, you start commanding respect. This doesn't mean you never care, never help, never connect. It means you are no longer willing to abandon yourself in order to be nice. True kindness can only exist with strong boundaries. Emotional neutrality means you don't need anyone's validation. You can walk away if your values are threatened. You let people deal with their own discomfort rather than taking it on as your job. And if someone calls you cold, difficult, or selfish for having boundaries, good. Machiavelli would say, that means you're finally being seen as someone with power, not just usefulness. Because the world doesn't respect the nice version of you. It respects the one who can walk away. So, if you want power, stop being nice. Start being whole. Stop over-accommodating. Start holding your ground. Don't trade your self-respect for fleeting approval. Machiavelli knew this truth centuries ago, and psychology proves it today. The boundary is the birthplace of power. The more you value yourself, the less you need to be liked, and the more people respect you for real. If you're ready to stop performing niceness and start commanding respect, subscribe for more on Machiavelli, dark psychology, and reclaiming your boundaries. Share your story in the comments. When did being too nice cost you your power? Let's rewrite the rules of respect.